How y'all doing? Happy Saturday in my world. Happy whenever you'll see this in your world. Bienvenidos a mi canal. Welcome back if you know me. If you do not recognize this face, hi. My name is Latrice. Nice to meet you. And thank you for showing up to this channel, which is, by the way, Faith by Latrice. Yes, Faith by Latrice. Where this is the channel where faith is the muscle we exercise around here. Okay, now let's get on into it. No dilly-dallying. Now, let's get on into it. Alrighty, so here I am back again. Decided to, pump and push through this. And basically, moral of the story, I am currently reading this book about heart healing, okay? Myself and the group that I'm in, along with Dr. M. Hey, Dr. M. We call it the Heart Healing Book, excuse me for this alliteration. The point. This book right here will have you crying. Okay, not crying, crying. Huh? Okay. Because basically, moral of the story is it breaks down a lot of things that may have happened to us. It forces people who read the book to go back in your memory and uncover and excavate and dig up all of those past hurts and past wounds and painful events that happened to you in order so that we may heal those areas and not keep them buried. Okay, they've been buried alive all right now. And things that are painful events and painful things that are buried alive, they don't die. They just stay buried, okay? And then some things may happen in our future relationships, future events, future whatever, that may trigger that thing and it comes up and now all of a sudden be in a mess again, okay? Boom. So I'm reading this book and I start crying, didn't even know I was at the crying part. But before I get to that, let me get to this. I was reading another book. It's just, a 1-2 here for self-love, right? Shout out to my friend again who got me this book. Love you. Okay, so this is the left brain thinkers, right brain feelers, right? And I'm on the left brain part. And it says, when everything feels like simply too much, remember this. There are parts of you that were destined to handle precisely these moments. One more time. When everything feels like simply too much, remember this. Acuérdate que there are parts of you that were designed to handle precisely these moments. I think I said destined the first time because I was just looking up the word destined. There are parts of you that were designed to handle precisely these moments. Boom. Woo! Read that. Why did I bring up the first book? Because in the first book that I'm reading right now, that I just talked about, the Heart Healing book, it's causing me, speaking for myself, causing me to go back in my memory for things that I didn't even know were a thing. I didn't even know this was an issue. I didn't even know that I internalized certain things, certain past hurts that happened. And this book makes you specifically deal with past hurts in your family and with your parents specifically, right? Because there are things called unmet emotional needs. Emotional needs that we have, 10 emotional needs. And if these needs are unmet, then it causes a hurt, which causes your heart to become stony, right? And these are kind of Bible terms, right? If I'm speaking in Bible Christianese, a stony heart basically is like a heart that's closed off. And you get these stones, right? Or this bitterness that forms from when we have painful events that happen to us. And like anything that's hurtful or we feel pain or it, it's an ow moment, we cover it with a Band-Aid. We cover it with a bandage. We cover it with clothing. We cover it with sarcasm. We cover it with laughter. We cover it with hyperactive whatever, right? Workaholic. You get what I'm saying? We cover it with a lot of things and then we start covering. We bury. And we all of a sudden then forget that it's there. It's still there. The hurt that happened when you were 6 years old with your mom and dad, that's still there. But it's been buried by life, because life be lifing, and we grow older and new things happen and new events happen. But then there's some things that maybe we get married, maybe we get in a relationship and things become triggered. That person who says something to you, who you love and who loves you, says something to you that triggered you from something that happened 2 decades ago. What's the point? I'm going through this book and I'm like, yo, this is going to be a lot. But we're going to get through. We're going to push through. Doesn't matter because I have a deadline. But anyways, the point is, I'm like, this book right now is not just a book. It's a time of healing. It's a time for like uncovering things so that I can really step into my fully whole and healed self so I can move to the next level of my life. And so I read this passage then, right, that said, when everything feels like simply too much, because it seems like this is going to be a lot. I'm just like, yo, I know, God, you said I could do it, but it says, remember this. There are parts of you. Jesus, we was built for this. Y'all remember that video I told y'all about Esther and Mordecai? Her uncle said, what if this was a time, right, that you were, let me get it right. You were placed here for a time such as this. Woo! I was placed here for a time such as this, right? There are parts of me that were designed specifically for this. Specifically, I have the bandwidth. I have the wherewithal. I have the strength. I have the tools given to me for such a time as this to be able to go back into my memory and to not only relive, but to uncover and figure out and talk to God and talk to people who I know who also have done this process. I've gone through this process, can help me walk through this process, right? That I don't have to do it alone. There are parts of me that are designed for just such a thing right now, right? And get this part. There are parts of me that are designed for such a time as this, right? But not only that, once I do get through this situation, then I'm going to be the person to help the next person to get through this, right? Or I'm going to pass the book along to somebody else who need it, right? We're all connected right now. We are all connected. And life may seem like life is just doing too much. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I'm going to get through this week. And to be honest, secreto, I wasn't sure if I was really going to get through this past week. You know these 5 days that I can give y'all a video? I'm supposed to be whispering. It's a secret. I wasn't sure if I was going to get through the week. I'm not even kidding. But guess what? There are parts of me that were designed or destined, set apart, right? Predetermined. Oh my God. To handle precisely these moments. That's it. Guess what? And I'm not saying it just for me right now. This is for you. There are parts of you that have been designed before I formed you in the mother's womb type thing. There are parts of you that you haven't even discovered. But guess what? You got to go through the thing to discover you have that tool. You don't even know you have it in you until you need it. Until it's like, I ain't got no choice but to make it. I ain't got no choice but to do this. That's when you find out what you really made of. All right, that's it. I'm gone. I'm finished. Guess what? Si nadie te ha dicho hoy que te estoy hablando con mi in the car, I love you. I really do love you, and I love me. Because guess what? Life be lifing. And there's dogs barking in the back. But guess what? We're going to prosper regardless. Bye.